Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemal, Shabbat, Shem Rakakwadash, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to y'all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video, "And Punish the Men That Are Settled on Their Lees." Also, the MOTB. This goes out to the other camps, which is a video that was put up by, let me pull it up so I can give you the title. Which proves that you don't understand the true breakdown or the true understanding of the MOTB, which is found, of course, in Revelation 13:16. You just, you're just grasping at straws, as they say. You're winging it. You're making it up as you go along. GMS has it right. So I keep saying there's going to be a major shakeup in Israel when it's time to take. Hey, the lockdowns are coming back, so they're pushing that again. They're pushing that crap again. Checking out the notifications. So there's a bunch of brothers that did videos that caught my eye, but this one, I said, let me do this one. Bear with me for a minute. Yeah, there's a story about this demon, Bill. What do they call him? Bill Gates of Hell. Can't put new wine into old wineskin, meaning you got to come born again. Okay, this is a video that I want to kind of get into. Since that spirit, since the video that was made at the cookout, ISUPK cookout, you had Sarnetta, with his camera asking questions. So he posed a question on to Captain Tazariak. Captain Tazariak answered the way ISUPK answers it. And the reason, and I thought about the reason why did Sarnetta, ask that question, because the last week the energy was on the whole grape thing, so I guess that's out the way. And the whole grape question controversy came up with the meeting with GMS, the leaders of GMS. and the polite, which by the way, today is his court date. So everybody's going to be talking about today. That's going to be the flavor today. The court date, which is September 6th, 2023. As to what he's going to do. Because you can buy time. And if you ever been in the system, you kind of know how to play the system. You can buy time. Anyway, yeah, I've been in cases where certain key motherfuckers dropped dead, retired, and left the country, left the state. In case you stretch it out, things fall apart. So that's what I guess he's hoping for. Anyway, we'll be watching that whole proceeding today. So this is the video right here. MOTB related questions to all other Israelite groups. Okay, it was a repost. So I was watching it. Basically, it's just you're not gonna see anybody speaking. This was put up by GMS Vegas Sit Down 144K. So I'm gonna go through that and go through the questions. And let me see. So the initial title of this video is "And Punish the Men That Are Settled on Their Leaves." So I'm going to read the 12th verse. So it says here, "And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles." This happened back then, many different times when the prophet sent out, but this is referring to right now. A candle is if there's a blackout, you going in the kitchen to see if you got a box of candles, right? Or people are going to the bodega down the street if you live in the hood, and they're buying candles, and them Simeonites, they'll raise the price of candles. Or you have your flashlights, you hope your batteries, have your batteries and your flashlights and your like I have a crank radio where you crank it, don't need no batteries, and it plays, and it also has like a flashlight on it, like a lantern on it. So in the blackout, people they're looking for the light. They're looking for the light. So back in the day, in motherfuckers' houses got burned down because they put a candle up and it fell on the bed and burnt their asses up. So the modern day candle would be the flashlight, the lamp, the light. You come into your house after work, it's dark, you flick the light on in your living room or wherever, kitchen, whatever room that you hit first. And so you can see things, right? So let me read this again. "And it shall come to pass at that time," which is talking about now, "that I will search Jerusalem with candles." A candle is a little light. So you have to, in order for you to see, you have to come closer to the light. And the candle, we are the candles. We represent the candles, or the lamp with oil in it. Remember, the 10 virgins, 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. 5 had oil in their lamps, which when they you went to turn the lamp on by using fire, by lighting the wick. And what the reason why it stays on, because the fuel that fuels the fire is the oil. So if there's no oil in your lamp, the, the word is trim, right? Trim. meaning light the wick. If there's no oil, you say, oh, we need some more oil. That's what they did in the ancient world. So the oil in the lamp represents the true knowledge of the Most High. I did videos on that. Other brothers did videos on that. Same thing with candles. What keeps a candle burning is the wax. You have the little wick with the wax. As long as you got enough wax, and it tell you this candle, if you light the candle, trim the candle, it will last for 2 hours or whatever the case may be. So we are the candles. We are the lit candles. So you got to come. Oh, there's light. Let's go to the light for the answers. So when it comes to the MOTB, all of y'all are in darkness. So we're going to go through that. But let me read this again from the top. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, Yahweh will not do good, nor will he do evil. Meaning what? The mindset or the mind state that you're in is, because we're talking about the charagmas coming, and it could happen. I see this charagma coming. They're gonna work it through the jab. That's why they're bringing the jab back up. But I don't know how they're gonna present it, but they're gonna work it. Like I said in another video, I don't know if I put it up. That they're gonna pretty much say, oh, you got to get booster shots every month or every 2 weeks or whatever. But then this is just my scenario in my mind. I'm painting a picture. Could happen that way, and it couldn't. What they may do is they're gonna do away with the paper money. Everything gonna be digital. Fed now. What is it? CBDC. What is it? CBDC. I forgot what the thing is. I haven't gone through it. The CBDC is the represents the banks and the digital currency. So whether they call it the CBDC or whether they call it central bank digital currency or whether they call it the Fed now or whether they call it the world uh, digital currency, which ultimately they plan on doing the world digital currency. And they're going to do away with the paper dollars and the credit cards, but then it's going to go into your chip, which is in your hand. So somehow, my belief, I'm painting a picture here. That's all I'm doing. Is it going to link the jab, and they're going to tell you that if you get this C-hip, and what is it? What's in it is a credit card, your medical information. It's all going to be in your chip, as we said in previous videos. So when you buy and sell and go to restaurants, which they did it, it was like a pilot program, if you will, with the with the jab, where they were showing people were coming from out of town and they were going into a restaurant. Like there was this one story where even fights broke out, where you had this Jake family from Texas come out to New York and they went to a restaurant, and the management said, "Well, where's your card that you got a jab?" Which didn't apply in Texas, so they didn't know what was going on. The tourists hit over here, so a big fight broke out. I remember when In the midst of this thing, when they shut Manhattan down, we went down to Manhattan. There was no traffic whatsoever. We were somewhere uptown, and we said, let's go drive downtown. And everything, the place looked like a ghost town because the restaurants were closed. And that was on a Saturday night. You might have seen maybe one or two taxis drive by, maybe a car here and a car there. No traffic whatsoever, no people. Show you the power of the government. But like I said, when they started letting people in, but you got to get the thing, and they had people believe that there was this thing out there, and people are very gullible. So when the charagma comes, they're going to take it because this system's going to they're going to put it up in a way where it's going to make a lot of, let's say 80-90% of the people just rushing. Where can I get it? Fighting online to get it. And we're going to be sitting back there laughing. We hope you camps are not part of that madness. Because you're gonna have to admit that GMS Great Millstone was 100% right. You're gonna have a lot of your followers that's gonna want to get down with the GMS. But anyway, so it says this is what this guy is saying in his heart. Yahweh will not do good, nor neither will he do evil. Now, the chip that's gonna come 10 years from now. I ain't worried about that. Or the most I ain't coming back. Missiles ain't coming. Missiles are not in the scriptures. When it says arrows, it's talking about arrows. You know, ain't no UFOs in the scriptures. Ain't no angels coming down in no goddamn UFOs. Those are demons. Which, by the way, demons are angels on the left-hand side. So, that's blue. What is it? Operation Blue Beam or whatever. It's a big hoax. So the mindset is not of they're not there's a thing called urgency. You have something happened. There's something major happened where people run. They're in the mindset of urgency. When you go back to Lot, his wife and their daughters, they got out of there quick because that fire was going to come, and the fire is coming in the form of the charagma, and then when you get the charagma, you're gonna stay here. You idiots that get the charagma, and especially you guys that fell out the truth, that turn your back on the plow, you clowns, you're gonna get the charagma, and you're gonna stay in America, and you're gonna eat a missile. So now, recently, I've been getting on guys, and we are gonna start kicking guys out this camp, out of the New York camp. Now it's up to the leadership of the other GMS camps to do what they're going to do, but this is what we're going to do. The leadership here in New York. You guys that are not, and today you should be putting up a video because today is a Sabbath. Tomorrow you should be putting up a video. The next day you should be putting up a video. You should be going out. When you go out on the highways and the byways, you go out on the highways and the byways to push this word forward, whether you're a reader or a speaker. But if you've been in this thing, now I'm not talking about somebody that came in this thing 2 weeks ago. They're learning. You've been in this thing 6 months, a year, you know enough to sit down and do a video, and go into it. You're not in this thing, this is not the Mickey Mouse Club, where we're gonna give you a hat with rat ears on it. This is not the YMCA. When you come into this camp, you hear this company. The scriptures say company, a company of prophets. You read the scriptures, the spirit hits you, and you prophesy. Out of his belly shall flow what? Rivers of living water. Now, when you look the words up for rivers of living water, one of the words that come up is torrent. And a torrent is a flood. Like if there's a dam that breaks, the water flows on the town as a torrent, meaning it gushes out. It said the Most High spoke, who can what but prophesy. So if you're not prophesying, if you're not doing this work, if you're not on fire, then guess what? You're not tuned into the Most High. The Most High is not. The Most High is putting the spirit on you to do it. That's why we do it. I don't do it because I said I'm going to do it. No, the Most High put the spirit on me to do it. So it's obvious the ones of you that are not doing these videos consistently, being like a torrent, then you're clearly not one of his. You're not one of the elect. And you are going to be suspended and you are eventually going to get kicked out. So get with the program or get lost. Kick rocks, as they say. Read this again. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles. This is happening right now. That's why there's not people flocking to the various camps. Like anywhere there's a camp, if people's eyes were open, they would flock to the camps. We got to see what they're saying. These are the prophets. We notice that when we speak, you got Jake, and then you got a lot of Simeon, some Ephraim, and you got Jake. And them Simeonites, when they pass by us, we notice that they'll like bow to us or they'll put up the sign, the cross, like they know that we're spiritual men. Yeah, tell them, Apostle Gabar and Bishop Sakaran and Apostle Ryan Lob. Yeah, man, they kind of know. They don't even see the sign. They just see the garments, and they see the brother got the book open or this and the camera. And I noticed that they'll put their hand on their heart, and they'll come up and they'll ask about what's this all about, you know. And they know it's about something spiritual. But there's going to be a time where they're going to flock to these camps, man, and these views are going to go up, especially when the Karagma comes. There's going to be a lot of window shopping. Keep your IUIC, you members of IUIC, keep window shopping, and come on in the door, because you're going to come in anyway if you're the elect. So this is how we know that the Most High is getting ready to take this place out. This is why we know that the end is coming, because we're in the time of the Karagma. You know, we're in the time of the end. When that prophecy comes back to pass fully, then I see us being out of here inside of months. Could be a month, could be 2 months, could be 3 months. There's going to be a test. The great time of test in Revelation 3, verse 10. So coming back to these guys that are lukewarm or cold, Most High don't need you. You work at a job and you don't do shit. And people start talking about you, and then it gets up to the boss, the management, they might give you a warning. Then all of a sudden they're gonna give you the pay. Hey, when there's layoff, who do they lay off? The ones that produce the least. And one thing about me, anytime I worked at a job, they hate. I had jobs where they fired me, and years later called me back. You want your job back? I'm serious, bro. They'll have the ring. It says, "Yeah, this is so and so and so. I'm the boss. You want your job back? I'll pay you. I'll pay you better than what I paid you before." I said, "Well, you fired me." Well, I'm sorry about that, because they knew. And when I do a job, I do the job, man. I do the job. So the same thing with the Most High. Most High is the management on high, the boss on high. So if you're working in the job, they got the cameras on your ass. They see you laying in the back, chilling, ain't doing work. You know, they're gonna get rid of you. So the Most High gonna get rid of you. He's gonna spew you out of his. It's gonna be a bad taste in his mouth. Revelation 3, verse 15 on down. So get with the program, man. Anyway, let me go to this video. Where is it? Let me just start taking down these tabs. That is my bad. My bad. That was this guy. Damn. And well, we all know him. He's on this Edomite news thing. So the Edomite says we can't say the N word. Why can y'all say it? So he said, say it. He said, go ahead. It's America. You can say what you want. He said, say it with me. So he made these crackers look stupid. All right. Yeah, this right here. Give me a second. There's another brawl. Sakari went into this, and then the elder from Yahweh. And he will surely keep his sin. Yeah, there's something not right about this. This is supposedly the second time in Atlanta. Just avoid them. I mean, go to a place where you know ISUPK is not going to be there. Or ISUPK, go to a place where you know IUIC is not going to be there. Because this makes all Israel look bad. You know? Lay hands suddenly on no man. Okay, this is Jill Biden. Can you imagine that one food saved our country? Dehydrate your beef. Okay, this right here, this is the commercial. Let me do this. Let me do this here. Bear with me for a minute. Okay, I subscribe to this guy, the Prepared Homestead. Jill Biden test positive, lockdown 2.0 incoming. At all people out there, you got the president's wife that gets it, and they eat the best. They got the best doctors, they eat the best foods, but she gets it. So come on, man. Come on, dog. Was this Delroy Lindo? Was his name? He funny. Uh, sh- I'm trying to do the right thing, Barack Gabar. I'm trying to cut these tabs here. See, this is what old people do. Okay, bear me for a minute. All right, now I gotta find. So what I want to do is let me subscribe to these guys. This is like an MMA type channel. Yeah, it's MMA one. And when you see one fight, you seen them all. Okay, so let me go to let me go to this video. Just bear with me. Okay, this is it right here. Okay, MOTB related questions to all other camps Israelite camps repost. Questions for Wi-Fi, Sons of Thunder, uh, BOW, Believers of the Way, IUIC, ICPK, HOI, etc., concerning the mark of the beast. Okay, so I'll read these questions right here. Colossians 4, verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. Because when it comes out, they're going to be asking a lot of questions about it. They'll be asking a lot of questions about it. Sirach, which is Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, 5, verse 12. If thou hast understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, allay thy hand upon thy mouth. Now, there's another precept that comes to mind. Oh, the lees part, the lees, so you can understand. Yeah, I got to come back to that now. I'm sorry. Let me come back to this. I want to get into the word the lees, right? And I'm gonna come back to that video. We represent the candles. The word is shamar, lees or dregs. That, when you got wine, you got the dark, like lack of a better word, like the cloudy darkness. Like if you in the wines, you put it in you kind of have it you kind of have it you kind of have it on an angle. Like if you into wines, for something preserved, i.e., the settling, plural only of wine, dregs, wine on the lees. Wine matured by resting, like you're undisturbed on the lees, meaning you just want to chill. I'll go out tomorrow. The most I ain't coming. Isaiah 25, verse 6. And in this mountain shall the Lord of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the lees. See, when you're gonna have your wine on the lees in the kingdom, when you can lay back in the shade, drinking lemonade, getting paid. But instead of lemonade, it's gonna be wine. We're gonna be eating good, just on wax, fat, and kicked. See, we're not supposed to be waxing fat and kicked right now. We're supposed to be working out in the field. We're gonna get fat in the kingdom of fat things full of marrow, of wines on the lees, well refined. There was another word, undisturbed. Anyway, so that's what this precept means. And punish the men that are settled on their leaves, that's laying back. You ain't really doing nothing. Most High is going to be disgusted of you. You're going to be a bad taste in his mouth if you don't change, because you don't belong in this thing. You're supposed to be out there in the field, not laying back, sipping on wine, man, getting fat. You Jake, when they come into something, they boxer or a rapper or actor, whatever, they say, I gotta feed my family. Meaning they gotta make sure they eating good and living good. If thou has understanding, answer thy neighbor. If not, lay thy hand upon that. Shut the F up. If you don't have the answer, look, to be real, when Sonetta asked that question, Sonetta's looking for answers, right? He went to Captain Tazariak, he asked him a question. He gave him the wrong answer. What he should have said, well, I'm really not sure we're studying that. Maybe you should go to GMS. Because I'm going to tell you something. Sonetta got that question from GMS because that's what we're pushing now. That's what we're pushing. A lot of camps ain't gonna accept it because we're GMS. GMS. We don't follow GMS. Good. Don't follow us. Don't go to the light of the candle. What did I say? I was gonna do. I had a precept that was in mind. I lost it. Oh, I believe it's Isaiah. Is it Isaiah 29? Isaiah 29. Isaiah 29. Isaiah 28 is good. Isaiah 28, 29, and 30. And those are breakdowns there, which I put it out there. Apostle Ramlab did, I believe, Isaiah 28. I'll start the 9th verse. Stay yourself and wonder, cry out and cry. They are drunk, but not with wine. There we go. The lees, they stagger, but not with strong drink. See, that Kemetic stuff is strong drink. Islam is strong drink. The Moors is strong drink. Christianity is strong drink. That's why when you talk to them, they can't see it. They can't see the truth because they're intoxicated. You drink too much wine or liquor, you become intoxicated. What does the word intoxicate mean? Toxic means poison. You're poisoned. You can't think straight. You can't walk straight. You can't drive straight. So all these camps have toxins in them. Y'all need a detox. Y'all need a spiritual. That's another one. Y'all camps need a spiritual detox. You need to get those parasites out of you. For Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. That's why guys can't see it. That's why they make stuff. No, let's talking about a philosophy. It's in your mind. That means you think about it. And then in your hand, that means you go ahead and do it. Well, wait a minute. So if people got it, then how can you buy or sell? Is that spiritual too? It says, and have closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers. You got a lot of guys claiming to be prophets. If you ask them a question about the Charagma, the MOTB, and they say something other than what GMS says, they're not prophets. The seers, which is another word for prophet, have he covered, and the vision of all is become unto you as the word of a book that is sealed. So that part of the scriptures is sealed to you, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. Now that's what Captain Tazariak should say, because he fancies himself as a prophet. So he should say, well, that's sealed. The Most High didn't give us the understanding of that yet. I mean, you should have said that instead of saying it means this, that, and the third. Because Sonetta's looking for answers. Sonetta ain't coming to us because he already knows, and he says, see, the other camps teach that. No, there ain't no other camps teach that. GMS teach it, Men of Valor teach it, and Sakari teach it. That's it. What about HODC? HODC is insignificant. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee, And he saith, I am not learned. That's another good answer that Captain Zarek came. You should have said the book is sealed, or I'm really not all that versed in that part of the Bible. So now let's come on back. Let's go to the next question or questions. Question number one. If the image of the beast is dealing with Western ideology, religion, governmental structure, well, the image of the beast, according to the IUIC, leader of the IUIC, is not the leadership, but the leader of the IUIC, because there's only one leader and a bunch of followers. I'm sorry. The image, he says, is a picture of Caesar. It's not a picture of Caesar Borgia. Read Revelation 13, the whole 13th chapter again, and focus on the word image. It says, I believe it's the 13th verse around there. I'm not going to go to it. It says the image whose deadly wound was healed. So it's not Caesar Borgia. Caesar Borgia wasn't hit with a deadly wound and came back to life. When he died trying to breach that wall in combat, because he was a warrior. Caesar Borgia wasn't he was a warrior. And he died in battle. And he never came back to life. So that's not no Caesar Borgia. Western ideology, religion. The image represents this current system, New World Order system, is based upon the Roman system of government. That's all that means. When I say what's the image of the beast is the Roman system, which is now known as, we call it the beast system or the New World Order or NATO and the EU. Governmental structure, science, and technology, how do you distinguish it with its mark? Question two, since the mark of the beast is sin, what particular transgressions or sins will Esau require you to break in order to buy and sell? Give scripture. Let me read that again. Question number two. Since the mark of the beast is sin, that's what they say. It's sin. It's sin in all of its forms, whether religious or political, whatever the hell that means. So you guys are saying people have the MOTB. Y'all don't. But guess what? Y'all can go to BJ's, y'all can go to Targets, y'all can go to Costco's, y'all can go to whatever bodega. You can put gas in your car, you can pay bills, you can pay your rent, so you can buy and sell. If you're paying rent, that's a form of buying and selling, right? Because the landlord is selling you this rental, and as long as you pay it month by month, you stay there. As soon as you stop paying, they take you to court, they kick you out. So you got to buy. So guess what? Everything that you do in life, you either buying or selling. Mostly you're buying. Unless you have a business, then you're selling. You got a car, you sell your car. So what's going to happen in the future is, if you sell a car, you're going to have to do the transaction with the guy's hand. Okay, you're going to buy the car. The car is $2,000. You're going to take out the scanner. You're going to scan it into your account, and it's going to be on record with the DMV. Let me read this again. Question two. Since the mark of the beast is sin, thou shalt not steal, honor thy father and thy mother, keep the Sabbath, keep it holy, and call on the Most High's name. If you don't call on the Most High's name correctly, you just sin. What particular transgression or sin will Esau require, or the beast require you to break in order to buy and sell? Give scriptures. In order to buy and sell. So if you're not, you're saying, I'm not going to sin no more. I'm not going to sin in any form, whether religious or political, but I'm going to go to Costco's and buy some shit. And then you got people online, they're going to ask you, what sin did you commit to? Say, well, I committed the sin of adultery. Okay, come on. You can go, what sin did you commit? Well, I'm committing a sin right now. I'm buying on the Sabbath. Okay, go ahead. So there's many things. I broke the Sabbath. I did this. I cursed out my mother. That's a sin. Okay, you can go ahead and buy. You see, when you sit down and you think, but the Most High has to open up your spiritual mind anyway through your pineal gland, through your spirit. You got a physical pineal gland, and you got a spiritual pineal gland. That's the opening for that energy to come through, that spiritual energy to come through. So you got to ask this question. Let me read it again. Question number 2: since the mark of the beast is sin, what particular sin or transgression will Esau require you to break in order to buy and sell? Give scripture. So some of us got the beast, some of us don't. So I went out and I purchased. Did I buy? Yeah, I think I purchased something yesterday. If not, the day before. I'll go out today. I'll probably get some gas or go, you know, get something, get some water, whatever I choose to get. None of them is telling me, asking me what sin did I commit. So that tells you, that should tell you that the MOTB is not officially here. You know, the that priest that Revelation 13:16 is not in full effect. Even in Sweden, there's supposedly over 10,000 people that got it, that use it. But there's that other people out there that did not receive it, so they can still use paper dollars and their credit cards and apps on their phone. We're not just saying what it is. We're explaining. We're breaking it down to you. So if you can't see it, either you see it, and the leadership told you no, it don't mean that, and you blindly follow. If the blind lead the blind, you know what happens. The deceived and the deceived and the deceived are his. Deceiver are his. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3: if sin is the mark and the mark is spiritual, how can it be spiritual if sin is of the flesh? So we're going to go to the scripture right here, Leviticus 19:28. Leviticus 19:28. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Question number 3: if sin is the mark of the, if sin is the mark and the mark is spiritual, how can it be spiritual if sin or that mark is of the flesh? Leviticus 19:28. Question number 4: if the mark pertains to nations and not individuals, meaning people, because at one time the leader of IUIC taught that it was not talking about people, it's talking about nations and corporations, big nations and small nations, weak nations and strong nations. It's not talking, it has nothing to do with people. That was in the 16th verse, Revelation 13:16. So my question is, when I ran into the two brothers from the IUIC, my question was this. I said, what about the 17th verse? And they really didn't want to go into it. They finally did, but all you had to do is go into the 17th verse of the same chapter, and it tells you, matter of fact, let's go to it in case people get stupid. All General Nathaniel had to do was go to the very next verse, which is the 17th verse, and that would have killed that. And none of them in a thing. Well, let me read the next verse down, 17th verse. And see, the majority of Israelites are in they're in like a zombie mindset. And when I was coming up under the elders, I questioned a lot of things. I used to question. They used to hate me because I would raise my hand. He said, "Oh, here this nigga come with another question," and I'll stump them a lot of times. I said, "Well, if this means this, how about this?" So they was on their P's and Q's when they'll be looking at me. It says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Well, that's talking about nations and corporations. Well, read the 17th verse. "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So it's not talking about corporations and countries. Where's the right hand or the forehead of a corporation or a company or a country? It's talking about men. All y'all zombies had to do is go right down to the 17th verse. So guess what? General Netanyahu had to change it, and he says now it's sin in its all its form. So now he's saying it's talking about people. Meddle not with them that are given the change. If the mark pertains to nations and not individual people, why will there be men who are beheaded? Yeah, because how do you behead a country? How do you behead a company? Because they refuse to worship the image of the beast. So how can a country worship and receive the mark? This is going to be a wake-up call to you guys. Question number 5: explain the grievous sore that's from Revelation 16, second verse, that will be upon the people or the men that took the mark. Can this be caused by a philosophy or Christianity? Yeah, because when you look that word up, matter of fact, let me show you that it's a physical, it's a cancer. I don't got it. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Remember, the Most High set these other teachers up to be stumbling blocks. So if you're following these other people, the Most High led you to these other people because they're stumbling blocks. Islam is a stumbling block for Jake. Black consciousness uh, community is a stumbling block for Jake. Question 6: if John the Revelator received the vision of the beast, its image and mark in 92, 96 AD as a future prophecy, right? Because everything that John saw was a future prophecy. Now, there's certain parts, like in Revelation chapter 12, where it goes back in time to when Yahushua was born in 70 AD. But then another part of that, the Revelation 12 is talking about future prophecy. So it says, how does the mark become sin when it existed, or sin existed since the garden? So if it's talking about sin, then everybody got the mark, including Adam and Eve, including Solomon. All have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High. See, if you're under zombie spell, you're not going to see this. Question number 7: whatever you believe the MOTB is, how will we buy and sell with it? Question number 8: is far fetched? Is it? I meant to say, is it far fetched to believe John in his vision saw microchip technology? That's exactly what he saw. He saw people sitting down, and the doctor or whatever, or tattoo artist, giving them the chip. So he saw it as a futuristic mechanism of lordship and financial control over the world's population, i.e., example, AI, artificial intelligence tech, technocracy, WEF, World Economic Forum, CBDCs. Question number 9. According to Revelation 14 and 9 to 11, and Revelation 16, verse 2, can one repent and be saved from the wrath after voluntarily receiving the mark? And the answer is no, because that's a spiritual all. Final question. Have you or will you tell your congregation not to take the chip when the digital cashless system implemented becomes the default and only method to buy and sell? So now Captain Desariak said, I'm not going to take it, which in his back of his mind, that could come. There might be a chip thing, but he said, but it's not the mark of the beast, but I'm not going to take it anyway. Well, you said that about the jab. You said, I don't got to take it. But then you reverse yourself and saying that you did take it to show that I'm not scared of taking needles. Anyway, I went long, but it's an interesting topic and it's brought back up. And thanks to Sarnetta that he went to he went to that cookout to ask that question. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. On to the next one.